top athletes, men or women, when they compete on a really high level, they sometimes say that they come into a zone. When you're in the zone, how does that feel for you?
You were saying, yeah, it's not that difficult to do, and this feeling could disappear very, very soon. And you try to catch it, and you try to keep it. So over and over, it's like this. There's a lot of things around, you know, the engineer can help you to analyze the data, to look after the setup. In the end, when you sit in the car, all the data is gone. Everything is just in your hand. And you need to think to transfer those data, those discussions into kind of feeling. So everything becoming like just your nature instincts. In the end, you have to find yourself.
It's hot, tight, and fast. Really fast. Welcome to Vila Real, Portugal. They chase the impossible, a dream only the strongest minds have the ability to turn into reality. To become world champion, they are willing to sacrifice everything. But they are race drivers, and for them, chasing the impossible dream is life itself.
I was pushing in Q1, and then suddenly I broke my drive shaft. So it was, spinning the wheel without any power. And the mechanic was all over the car trying to fix this as fast as possible. And they worked like, so fast to be able to fix it. And then they managed to get me out for a lap in Q2.
Safety's out, tires on!
The lap time was not fast enough, but the boys did a fantastic job.
The window is too tight. 1,000 maybe, it's like this distance maybe? Yeah, I think.
This is not a bad lap from Mar, but I don't think it is perfect by any stretch.
So 59.80 actually lost time in that final sector. 1,000th of a second puts him behind Nesta Girolami then, so he does lose out.
So what do we say in Swedish when it's so tight and you lose out?
Det ju fan också.
If you're Jan Erlesheet, what's going through your mind right now?
He'll have already on the radio, he'll have what time he's got to beat, and he'll know exactly what he's got to go and do. He's got to be in the zone in a street circuit. I do think Link & Co want the pole here. I do think they want to race from the front at a circuit like this. They know they haven't got the best straight line speed, and therefore to win this race, their best chance is to start at the front. I think we're definitely seeing teams now start to favour the drivers that they need to back for the championship. And I think it's pretty obvious that it'll be Santiago Arusha and Jan Erlesheet, and therefore I think at this point these two are going to have to establish who is the favourite.
How important is racing to you?
It is. It's easy to say racing is my life. For sure it is. But it's that important that I would sacrifice anything else in my life to be as good as a driver as possible. So that just shows how important it is to me.
Racing for me is my life, because since I remember things from when I was a kid, I was always racing. I missed a lot of things from my life because of motorsport. So I always say somehow I really hate motorsport, but in the other hand it's what I love, I left my house when I was 14. I didn't realize, I was 14. I thought I was big enough to be living alone and do my own things, but now I'm 25, I'm still struggling with the same things, I miss my country, I miss my family and friends and everything, but that I don't regret, I did it because I wanted. Nobody said to me, Santi, you have to do this.
Tension then is in the air as we get ready to go for race one on the streets of Portugal. It's Santi Arusha who lines up on pole position with The double reigning champion, Jan Erlichet, alongside him. Race 1 here at Vila Real is underway. Good start from Marussia, not bad from Jan Erlichet's side. Contact with Azcona, the championship leader. Azcona just about keeps on the wall. Tazzy as well, getting involved. Contact. Let's see what happens. So Marussia goes into the Joker from the race lead. So that's going to give Erlichet that clear air that he was so desperately asking for. You know, positions have now changed at the front as well. Marussia leads.
Yep, team orders. They've swapped those back around, having been gifted the lead back from Jan Erlichet.
It's a second win in 2022 for race 1 on the streets of Vila Real. Santiago Marussia wins. It's a 1-2 for the Lincoln coach as well, with Erlichet coming home second.
So I'm very happy for the team because we did it in the right way.
In the right way for who?
In the right way for Cyan Racing.
But the strategy doesn't seem to make sense.
I hope that was the right call for the rest of the season, and that will pay off at the end. For sure, it's painful. I will not hide it. We are here to work. That's it. We are doing our job, and we did it well today.
Ready to go for race 2 on the streets of Vila Real.
This is fantastic opening lap for Ivan Muller, and of course now all he's thinking about is, okay, push, get a 2 or 3 second advantage so I can take my Joker lap, get it out of the way, then I'm not going to worry about safety cars.
Big crash, safety car is out, so another car sadly bites the dust. Around is Muller, yeah he is, so that's going to release Huff into the lead of the race. Where is Tsinatashi going to emerge though?
Disaster.
He's gone too deep, hasn't he? Yeah, he's completely messed it up.
Absolute disaster for Ivan Muller to outbrake himself on the Joker lap like that.
I am not very proud of that mistake, but it's part of racing and the life.
What is it that drives you? How do you move on?
That's an interesting question. I'm racing since almost ever. I'm 52. I was 9. This year I do 43 license. So I did that all my life, basically. And how to stop something you did during all your life, during 43 years. So I expect to do something else one day. Of course, the age is coming and is harder and harder. That is natural, it's part of the life.
For me now, it's a lifestyle. And it didn't start as a lifestyle. And when I was 12, 13, I just, the thought came to me, I'm going to be a race car driver. Okay? I had no clue how to do it, but when I was doing go-karts, I felt like I'm pretty good at this. When you find something that you're good at, it also makes it easier to continue to pursue that dream or that goal. Racing is a central part of my life.
Again, it's just part of my life. It's what I did the most all my life. So it's more than important. I would say it's almost like a breathing.
The line separating success from failure is razor thin, and the weekend in Vila Real has shown us that even the most experienced driver can and will be challenged. Leaving Vila Real, the Lincoln Co. Cyan Racing team have collected valuable points both in drivers and team standings, and halfway through the season the championship is still very much an open game.
Joker is always hairy. We was surprised there were no safety cars in race 1. Then we went into race 2 and there were several safety cars. I mean, we're sitting here thinking we could have scored some more points, but looking at our competitors and seeing how some of the cars are, I think we should be happy with the weekend. Now we just need to rebuild some cars and go for Vallelunga.
So would you say, could you live without racing?
Impossible. Yeah, it's part of me.